314 through 667.
Yes. For the record, I would expect to accept United Meeting 289, 292, 295, 296, 299, 301, 302, 307, 311, 309, 308, 306, 293, 294, 288, 310, 291, 297, 300, 303, and 304.
Exceptions noted.
Agent Ross, let me go through different photos. You have a laser pointer there with you.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you what's been marked and admitted at this time. It states exhibit number 184. Please turn off the light, sir. Leave the Elmer device on the lectern, Judge.
It's on. It's just like, the one
State's exhibit 184 was one of the first photos you took there at the scene, sir.
Yes, sir.
And that is of what?
This is a medium-range photograph of Officer Howard's vehicle and the belongings that were cut off of him when he was receiving treatment there on the road.
And I know you'll have other photos of that. And you basically show us basically some of the belongings there outside.
Sure. These are latex gloves used by EMS personnel. Here is going to be the back panel of his ballistic vest. Over here in the shadow is going to be his duty belt, and next to the front tire is going to be the other panel of his ballistic vest.
Case 185 is a close-up of what vehicle?
That is Officer Howard's vehicle, the front driver's side.
Case 186 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph inside the front driver's side window, and that is Mr. Crow's cell phone, as it was when he came up and advised me that it was in there.
The EMT that basically indicated he put a cell phone on Officer Howard's seat.
That's correct, and then you can see it was just laid on top. We just tossed it in or placed it in, and it was on top of, that's a spent shell casing right there up underneath.
And one of the first things you did is retrieve that cell phone from the car and give it to
That's
Officer.
correct.
EMT Crow?
That's correct.
One eighty-seven, sir, is a view of what?
This is a photograph I took from the east side of the scene. That's Sycamore Drive, and it's actually shooting back towards the photograph is heading back towards the west. South is to the left, north is to the right.
188.
That's a photograph just from the north side of Sycamore Drive, heading in that same direction.
State's Exhibit 190 is showing what, sir?
It's the back of Athens Clark County Police Department vehicle. Shooting back into the Cascades apartment complex, red Suburban, Officer Howard's vehicle, and here you can see Officer Christian's vehicle.
And as you face that photo, Officer Christian's vehicle is on the roadway on Sycamore Drive.
To the west, on the south side of the road, to the west of the apartment complex.
As I pull the picture over, what is that right there, sir?
That is the crime scene truck assigned to Region 11, the GDI crime scene truck, excuse me, Region 11. That is what I drove to the scene that day.
State's Exhibit 192 showing what, sir?
It's an overall photograph. I'm on the north side, photographing to the south. So there's the crime scene truck. There you can see the red Suburban, Officer Howard's vehicle.
$193. What?
I'm also on the north side of the road in the apartment complex drive. You can see the red Suburban, Officer Howard's vehicle, and over there's Officer Christian's vehicle.
Let me zoom in on that particular area, sir. In that picture, there are some folks standing, I guess, in the way between where you were taking a photograph and Officer Christian's vehicle.
Between myself and Officer Christian's vehicle, yes.
$194 shows what, sir?
It's a overall photograph from the west, photographing back east. So here you can see the red Suburban, and this vehicle over here on the right side of the road is Officer Christian's vehicle.
195, is that just a closer image of that? That area?
Yes, it is.
And you see Officer Christian's vehicle in there?
Yes, it's right there.
And you see the red Suburban in there?
Yes, sir, right there. You can also see the trunk of Officer Howard's vehicle.
Page 197 shows what, sir?
This photograph, stay on the south side, photographing back to the north in the Cascades apartment complex. There's the red Suburban, there's Officer Howard's vehicle.
You mentioned the passenger door, front passenger door of the Suburban being slightly ajar. Do you see that in that photograph?
Yes, right there.
State's exhibit number 198 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph from the south side in Cascade apartment complex, shooting back to the northwest. So here's the red Suburban, there's Officer Howard's vehicle, and Officer Christian's vehicle is going to be back over here.
That is Officer Christian's vehicle there?
Yes, sir.
Stage 203 shows what, sir?
It's a medium-range photograph from the south, photographing back to the north. It's the front of the red Suburban. There's Officer Howard's vehicle in the back.
And 204, a little bit closer version of that.
Yes, sir. Medium-range photograph. There's the red Suburban. There's Officer Howard's vehicle.
Can you see Officer Christian's vehicle in there too?
Yes, I believe it's there in the background.
Is it there or is it down this way? Can you tell?
It's
Maybe that's not
further down
there.
here, yes, sir.
It's 206. Showing what, sir?
It's a closer photograph of the front of the red Suburban.
And that's Officer Howard's car right there.
That's
In the
correct.
background.
Officer Howard's vehicle there. The door's ajar.
.207 shows what, sir?
Medium-range photograph of the driver's side of the red Suburban.
And first of all, you see in there the front windows being open or closed.
That's right. Both of the front windows, front driver's side, front passenger side, were both down completely. The rear passenger side was down approximately 2 inches. Rear driver's side was completely rolled up.
And in that photograph, if we move over to the back of to the right side of the photograph out there, which is coming to the back right side of the Suburban, you see the front of the patrol vehicle.
Yes, this is the front of Officer Howard's vehicle.
It's 208. Shows what, sir?
Medium-range photograph of the back of the red Suburban.
And this pavement here, was that flat or was it sloped in any way?
It was sloped to the south. So in the direction, the vehicle is actually going to be going downhill slightly.
Page 210, does that show that slope of that particular pavement at that point?
Yes, it does.
Page 211, you see that door, passenger door, partly ajar at that photo?
This is from the north of the red Suburban. You can see the door partially open, excuse me.
Page 212 is showing what, sir?
It's a medium-range photograph of the passenger side of the red Suburban. Also shows the front passenger window to be completely down, the rear passenger side window to be down approximately 2 inches, and the front passenger door to be slightly ajar.
Now let me show, if I can, State's Exhibit number 214. What is that showing, sir, for the record?
That is from the south, photographing to the north, and that is the front of Officer Howard's patrol unit.
Page 215.
A medium-range photograph of the passenger side of Officer Howard's vehicle. From there you can also see that both the front driver's side and front passenger side windows are down, and the rear windows are up on both sides.
And you see the Suburban in that photograph?
Yes, it's the red Suburban.
.217, sir, shows what?
This is from the north photographing to the south. This is the rear of Officer Howard's vehicle. There's the red Suburban. These are belongings that were cut off of Officer Howard.
So these photos of Officer Howard's vehicle and around the vehicle, photos taken to document what it looked like, I guess, close-up versions and the evidence that may have been around that you talked about earlier?
That's correct, yes.
.221 shows what, sir?
It's a medium-range photograph of the driver's side of Officer Howard's vehicle. There's a sheet with a belt keeper on here. Rubber gloves here. And there's one of the panels from his ballistic vest here. Another panel here next to the front driver's side tire. And his duty belt there in the shadow.
And State's Exhibit 222, what was that item that you described in 221, sir?
Sure. This is a close-up of the white sheet with blood and one of Officer Howard's buildings.
The white sheet from the ambulance?
Yes, from EMS personnel, I assume.
And the belt keeper, where do you see that in that photograph?
Right here.
And what is that used for?
It helps secure the duty belt to a regular belt there's one in his hands.
State's Exhibit 223, can you describe that, please, sir?
Sure, it's a closer photograph. Here is one of the panels of Officer Howard's ballistic vest. Here's his, you can see a little bit better, his duty belt that was taken off of him. Another panel from his vest. It's blood from Officer Howard. There's a swatch of a blue t-shirt that was also cut off of him there at the scene.
What is that dark line of substance?
It's blood from Officer Howard, and it's traveling down to the south because of the slope and gravity.
.224.
It's a closer photograph of a panel of Officer Howard's ballistic vest.
.225 shows what?
A medium range photograph. You can see that panel there. Then you can also see the other panel here. This ballistic vest, and the blue T-shirt as well. And the back will should be other photographs. Right there is a spent shell casing.
.226 is what, sir?
The closer photograph of Officer Howard's duty belt laying on the ground next to the vehicle.
Does that contain a holster?
Yes, it does.
And at the time you were there, was the weapon in the holster at that time?
It was not.
.229.
It's going to be a closer photograph of the rear panel of Officer Howard's ballistic vest, as well as blood from Officer Howard, the shoulder mic, and part of the blue T-shirt that was cut off. You can also see part of the duty belt there in the background as well.
.230.
They photograph the gauze and the gloves left behind by the medical personnel.
.231, is that the different angle showing the different items on the ground that you described?
Yes, sir, it is. It's from the east a little bit to the northeast.
.232 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph in through the front driver's side window of Officer Howard's vehicle. So there's also blood on the steering wheel, the side of the seat, and the center console.
When you talk about blood on the seat, you see it in that picture?
Yes.
Right center
here.
console where?
Right there.
Takes exhibit 233.
It's another photograph through the front driver's seat of Officer Howard's vehicle. You can see the blood on the steering wheel, the seat, center console, and right there, in the circle now is also, that is the spent .40 caliber shell casing.
And you collected that particular item, sir?
I did.
How many shell casings did you collect from the area, either inside or outside of Officer Howard's vehicle?
2 total. One on the seat, one next to the rear driver's side tire.
Takes exhibit 234.
It's a photograph of the driver's side, through the driver's side window of Officer Howard's vehicle. Blood on the steering wheel, blood down the seat, as well as on the seat belt. The spent .40 caliber shell casing. The contents.
235 shows what, sir?
The interior, through the driver's side, the interior of the front of Officer Howard's vehicle.
And you see on there, you'd indicated some sort of a an organizer, a ticket book, and so forth. Do you see that in that particular photograph, sir?
Yes, here's the bag I referred to. And right here is that metal ticket book, clear or like a shiny silverish color metal ticket book. That's right there. And there's the black strap that the projectile actually went through after it ricocheted through the off of the ticket book. Went through that black strap before entering the B pillar.
Let me show you first State's Exhibit 240. What does that show, sir?
It's a closer photograph of the spent .40 caliber shell casing. That is going to be the rear driver's side tire of Officer Howard's vehicle.
Going back to 239. What is that photo and what were you photographing?
Sure, just the relationship of the items of evidentiary value. So here's the driver's side of Officer Howard's vehicle, the rear tire. There's going to be the spent shell casing. That's the rear panel of his ballistic vest, swatch of the blue t-shirt, and there's his duty belt.
As far as that shell casing, after a weapon was fired, ejecting that particular casing and landing somewhere, you understood there was a good bit of activity that may have occurred before you photographed that particular item and collected it?
Yes.
That was where it was at the time you collected it?
That's correct. That's where it was upon my arrival.
.241, it shows what, sir?
It's a medium range photograph from the rear and passenger side of Officer Howard's vehicle. And you can also see the red Suburban there through the front.
In these photographs that you were taking kind of close up and around the Officer Howard's vehicle were the ones that you took before you collected evidence at all?
That's correct.
As you described earlier?
That's correct. You photographed the scene as it was upon your arrival. For you, so you can see what it was like when I arrived. Then after it's photographed, after it's documented photographically, you go back, label your evidence, retake pictures, and then collect the evidence.
State's Exhibit 242, sir, shows what?
This is the front of Officer Christian's vehicle. You can see the front driver's side door is open. You can also see there that the glass is missing, it's broken out, what's left is shattered. It's also photographs the white sheet on top of Officer Christian.
These were done before his body was removed?
That's correct. He's in the vehicle at this point.
And Officer Howard's vehicle, as well as Officer Christian's vehicle, were both running at the time you arrived?
That's correct. Both vehicles were in park. Both vehicles were running. No lights, no sirens, no blue lights, no emergency equipment was activated upon my arrival. That's correct.
Did you turn them off at some point, or did you keep them running while you were processing, or what happened?
Kept them running while I was photographing them, and then turned it off after I documented the scene as it was upon my arrival.
State's Exhibit 243.
A photograph, medium range photograph, saw the different angle from the front of Officer Christian's vehicle. You see the front door ajar, front driver's side window broken out. And that's Officer Christian covered by the white sheet in the front driver's side.
At the time you arrived, that door was open?
Yes.
That driver's side door was open.
Yes.
Police Exhibit 244 shows what, sir?
It's a medium range photograph of Officer Christian's vehicle. This is from the front passenger side of his vehicle.
245 shows what?
It's also a photograph from the side, the passenger side of Officer Christian's vehicle.
.246, is that a different angle in the back right corner?
Yes, that's Officer Christian's vehicle, kind of towards the back side, but also depicting the passenger side of his vehicle.
Could you tell the distance from the side of his car to the curbing, actually?
I did not take that exact measurement, no, sir.
That's where the car was parked, though.
A couple of feet, yes, sir.
.247.
This is a photograph of the back of Officer Christian's vehicle. You can see the front driver's side door open.
What I've zoomed in on shows this is the edge of the curb there.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
There's the front driver's side door with the window broken out.
The window broken out when you were there, when you arrived?
Yes.
What that 247 there? That's 247?
247. .250 shows what, sir?
This is from the rear driver's side of Officer Christian's vehicle. You see the driver's side of the vehicle, the door being open, the window being broken out. You can see a little bit of the white sheet laying on the outside of coming out of the front driver's side door.
As you were taking those photographs, are you just going around the vehicle as you were doing that?
Yes, I was.
Is this the order that you took the photographs in?
Yes.
.251 shows what?
This is from the front driver's side of Officer Christian's vehicle. The door being open, Officer Christian under the white sheet.
.253, is that a close-up of the same angle that just shows the
It is.
a
It's
little bit
a
better?
closer photograph from the front driver's side, through the window, through the door, and into the front driver's side seat.
Page 254 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph, a medium-range photograph from the driver's side of Officer Christian's vehicle. See the door being open, the window being broken out, and Officer's body covered, Officer Christian's body covered by the white sheet. There's also going to be the going to be 2 spent .40 caliber shell casings on the ground here in this area.
So I zoom in, can you see them at all, sir?
Yes, here's one here, and there's the same. Are those 2?
What was this right here, sir?
That's going to be the computer, the monitor part is a laptop docked in close to the center console there of this vehicle. That's going to be the monitor part of the laptop computer.
You see that monitor there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Does it appear to have a different image on it?
It does.
This
It's like
number 255 than what it had 254?
yes,
And did you notice those images changing at all as you were there?
yes. It's like a screensaver. It would change.
And at 255, did you see those casings at all, sir? Zoom in if I need to look at your monitor.
Yes, I believe there. Right there. I believe it's there. It's kind of hard to see. Yes, right there.
$258. You see that, sir?
Yes, it's going to be a closer photograph of one of the spent shell casings.
And just as a point of reference, this is a leak.
Correct.
Here it.
Correct, yes. That's the open driver's side door.
It may be hard on this overhead screen here to read your monitor. Did you see the other shell case?
Yes, here's the second. It's in the shadow.
Page 259. You see that leak we referred to earlier?
Yes, this is the closer photograph of the 40 caliber spent shell casing.
That's the one that's furthest away from the car.
That's correct, yes it is.
260.
It's a closer photograph of the other spent shell casing, excuse me. That's the one that's in the shadow.
And you collected both those items at the scene there?
Yes, I did.
$261 shows what, sir?
It's in through the driver's side door, Officer Christian's vehicle. It's Officer Christian in the driver's seat with the white sheet placed over him.
262. What were you documenting there, sir?
It's the closer photograph of the dash. They had some hand sanitizer there, the steering wheel as well.
$263, sir.
It's a closer photograph of Officer Christian sitting in the front driver's seat of his patrol vehicle, still covered by the white sheet. You can see his right hand resting up underneath the docked laptop computer.
265 is a further close-up of that.
Yes, sir. Closer photograph of Officer Howard still sitting in the front driver's side. So he
Officer
had
Christian, you mentioned. Officer
Yeah,
Christian.
sorry, Officer Christian.
.269 shows what, sir?
This is the open door. Open the door. This is the front passenger side door of Officer Christian's vehicle.
And is that glass up on that side, sir?
It is still intact and rolled up.
Were any of the, other than the driver's window, driver's side window, were the other windows in the car still intact and up when you arrived?
That's correct. Both the rear windows were up, as was the front passenger side.
States Exhibit 271 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph through the front passenger door. The door is open, photographing through the front seat of Officer Christian's vehicle. Officer Christian is still sitting in the front driver's seat, still covered by the white sheet.
.274, is that a sort of close-up of that?
Yes, it is. This is the photograph through the front passenger seat into the front seat of Officer Christian's vehicle.
.276 shows what, sir?
Open the rear passenger vehicle of Officer Christian's, rear passenger door of Officer Christian's vehicle, photographed.
.279 is showing what, sir?
It's a photograph of the back seat of Officer Christian's vehicle taken from the rear passenger side door.
.282 shows what?
It's a photograph from the rear driver's side of Officer Christian's vehicle. Open the rear driver's side door. It's depicting that.
.285 shows what?
It's a photograph of the back seat of Officer Christian's vehicle taken from the rear driver's side door.
States Exhibit 290. Let me show it to you to begin with. .290, 298, 305, 312, 313. They're already been put. Glad to those. I'm gonna bring those back. Okay. Thank you. Those photos I showed you, were those photos of Officer Christian after the sheet had been removed?
Yes, they are.
Let me display those photos to you now, sir.
Yes, sir.
290 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph of Officer Christian in his patrol vehicle. The sheet has been removed. His left arm is bent here, left hand on his lap, right arm is bent at the elbow, his right wrist up under the laptop. He's slumped to the center of the vehicle. There's one entrance wound here, and here's the second. This is going to be blood transfer stain here coming down his arm and on the side of his face.
And so I've zoomed in on what I'm highlighting with the laser there. What is that, sir?
It's going to be the entrance wound. It's on the left side of his torso, right beyond his body line.
What I was zoomed in there on the left side of his head as it appears in station
Sure.
number 290 shows what?
This is going to be another entrance wound here. And then all these other little red marks and blood, that's going to be from the glass being shattered in on his face.
Please exhibit 298.
It's another photograph, different angle, more from the front of the vehicle, showing Officer Christian as he was located when I arrived, without the sheet on him. It's going to be the entrance wound on the left side of his torso. There's going to be the one in close proximity to his left ear.
Please exhibit 305 shows what, sir?
The closer photograph, this is the entrance wound here. This is a closer photograph of Officer Christian's upper torso and head and neck area. This is the entrance wound here. You can see better the other wounds, I believe, to be caused from the glass from the window.
Please exhibit 312 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph of Officer Christian, white sheet removed. This is taken from the front passenger door and through the front driver's compartment of the vehicle. So Officer Christian swung over to the center of the vehicle.
Please exhibit 313 shows what, sir?
Take a photograph of Officer Christian. It's the right side of his torso to his nameplate flag.
Did you take other photos of Officer Christian there in the car from different angles and different positions, sir?
Yes, I did.
And I want to have you look at 289, 292, 295, 296, 299, 301, 302, 307, 311, 309, 308, 306, 293, 294, 288, 310, 291, 297, 303, 304. Let's look at those photos, please.
Yes, sir.
Are those photos of Officer Christian in the vehicle that you took on that day, sir?
Yes, they are.
The photos that we just went through, 290, 298, 305, 312, 313. Those photos there, they show different images at different angles and different matter than what was contained in the pictures that I went through earlier.
Yes, sir.
I could have those back, man. And sir, when you were there, photographing Officer Christian there in the car, that screensaver, did you see different images come up on that screensaver?
Yes, I did.
What images or kinds of images did you see come up on that screensaver?
Images, other pictures, some of them had his family, his children.
And some of those included in the photographs that we showed here?
Yes.
Just a few of them, or all of them?
Just a few of them.
A few of the photographs had that.
Yes.
Let me show you State's Exhibit number 314. What is that showing, sir?
It's a close-up photograph. It's actually taken through the passenger side of Officer Christian's vehicle. It's the right side of his torso. That is his firearm. In his holster, it's holstered and it is secured.
State's Exhibit 316. What is that a photograph of?
This is going to be a photograph through the front driver's side window. This is the 2000 red Suburban.
And you can see the red here in the
Yes, sir.
background there, sir.
You can see that's where the door is still open.
.317 is a bit more of a close-up of that.
Yes, it is. You can see, you mentioned taking a cell phone from the center console. It was still plugged into the charger. There's going to be the cell phone.
.318 shows what?
This is the steering wheel. These are the keys still in the ignition. The vehicle is in park. It was turned off. This is still the red Suburban, but the keys remained in the ignition on our
.319
Another photograph of the center console of the red Suburban. There's two Snapple cans. They were empty. There's a open can of beer. There's the cell phone that's plugged into the charger.
.320
Close-up photograph of the Verizon telephone.
322.
The close-up photograph of the back of that telephone, cell phone.
Now, if I can, on 323, let me show you that. Particularly pay attention to that yellow object. What is that photograph of, and what were you doing at that point?
Sure. So this is a yellow evidence placard, item number 1. It's a placard number 1. That's a medium-range photograph, and that's going to be placed next to one of the spent shell casings, 40 caliber spent shell casings. That is Officer Howard's vehicle. That's next to the rear driver's side tire.
And you retrieved that particular item by placard number 1?
Yes, I identified it. There, by no means was I trying to say which one was placed first or which one was shot first or anything like that. It's strictly item number 1 was outside the vehicle, item number 2 was inside the vehicle.
And when you collected those, do you refer to them by item number 1 as you placed the placard by as placard number 1?
That's correct. Just for documentary purposes, you can relate the photograph to which casing was which, since they're all exactly the same.
324 is a close-up of that placard. Is that correct?
Yes, that's a medium-range photograph of the placard adjacent to the spent casing.
And 325.
Give me a close-up photograph of the spent casing with the scale and placard number 1.
.326. Showing what, sir?
It's a medium-range photograph, of the driver's side of Officer Howard's vehicle. You can see the placard number 1 adjacent to the rear driver's side tire, the window being open.
.327 shows what?
It's a medium-range photograph through the front driver's side window of Officer Howard's vehicle. Placard number 2 has been placed next to the spent shell casing located on the front driver's side seat of Officer Howard's vehicle.
.328 shows what, sir?
Just a closer photograph of placard number 2 and the spent 40 caliber shell casing located on the seat.
And you retrieved that item and labeled it as item number 2 in your record of evidence that you collected?
Yes, that's correct.
.329 shows what, sir?
It's a medium-range photograph from the driver's side of Officer Christian's vehicle, placed placard number 3, placard number 4, adjacent to the spent casings on the street to the north of Officer Christian's vehicle.
It doesn't appear that on the overhead quite as well. It may not be on the monitor as well either. But what is all this on the ground next to those placards and around the placards, I guess?
It's going to be broken glass from the window.
.331. What, sir?
close-up photograph of the 40 caliber spent shell casing, identified by yellow placard number 3.
.332.
It's the other 40 caliber spent shell casing, close-up photograph of it next to yellow placard number 4.
Process, when you got to the point of collecting items, did you collect the shell casings at both locations first and then go back and start collecting other items that were there?
That's correct.
And State's exhibit number 333 is what, sir?
It is the front panel of Officer Howard's vest located on the street next to his vehicle.
At that time, had you already moved it maybe for photographing, or what did you do?
Yeah, it's just a photograph, just to get a clear picture of it. Been moved at that time.
That was not the position it was in the earlier photograph we saw.
That's correct.
.336 is what?
That's going to be the same front panel of Officer Howard's ballistic vest. It's just flipped, so that would actually be the side that's against his body.
.337.
It's going to be the rear panel of Officer Howard's ballistic vest. And that's the side that you're seeing is the side that was actually would be against his body. And there's a defect up here in the corner. Probably it was a stroke of the bullet projectile.
You see it in that? Are you able to see it in that photograph?
Yes, it's right here.
.338 is what?
It's going to be the rear panel of Officer Howard's ballistic vest. This is going to be the back. That would be, so this would be like against his shirt.
Where would the bottom part of that vest around his waist be?
Right here. And then this is that would be like his left shoulder area, the back.
As you look at State's exhibit number 38, you're looking at that image of the back part of his vest. On the top left, you indicated would be there at his left shoulder.
That's correct. Or up a little high, yeah.
And you see the defect at that point.
Yes, right.
Did that defect go all the way through that you recall, from the back to the front, or do you know?
I believe it did. From I believe in the front.
Page 239, showing what, sir?
It's a closer photograph of the defect on the back panel of the ballistic vest. That's just a scale I placed in the picture to show relation to its size.
340 shows what?
Another photograph of the back panel of Officer Howard's vest with the scale in place next to the defect.
And all this is on the outer part of the vest or the inner part of the vest?
The darker blue, these are on the outside.
On the back.
Correct. The rear panel.
Page 341, showing what, sir?
So this is the rear panel again, but this is the part that would be against his body. And there's the scale adjacent to the defect.
.342 is showing what, sir?
A closer photograph of the defect in the back panel of the vest.
And 341, that is the inside part of the back panel?
That's correct.
And that, for those purposes here, the portion that would be over or protecting the left shoulder area, where would it be in this photograph here?
That would be the back. So that would be back here.
Where the scale is?
Yes, sir.
And that defect would penetrate from the outside to the inside?
I can't tell.
Yeah, he leave.
What is 344, sir?
I removed the rear panel, the ballistic vest from the carrier that you saw back, and I just removed the panel from the carrier itself, and I placed the scale down adjacent to the defect.
And is that the back side or the front side of that vest after you remove it?
I believe it's the back.
And as I turn station exhibit number 344 around, looking at it, do you see the area that is appears to be protecting the left shoulder area?
Yes, sir.
And where is that?
Here by the scale.
Say 345. What, sir?
The close-up photograph of the scale and the defect in the vest.
.346 is showing what, sir?
It's going to be a photograph of the other side of the back panel with the scale next to the defect.
If I turn 346 around, that being the other side, the inside of that vest, where would the left shoulder be?
There by the scale.
.348 shows what, sir?
It's a close-up photograph of the defect in the vest with the scale.
From the inside of that back panel?
Yes.
.349 shows what, sir?
It's Officer Howard's duty belt.
Was that inside of that, or is that where's that photograph? Or the outside of it?
That's going to be the inside of all the items actually laying against the ground.
And 350 shows what, sir?
The outside of the vest. Or excuse me, not the vest, excuse me, the duty belt.
Page 353 shows what, sir?
It's going to be the shoulder microphone and some of the bell keepers from Officer Howard, as well as some of the blood that was pulled and then traveling down south.
As far as all these items, again, these are all the items after you previously photographed them, before you collected them. Are those ones that you left in place and photographed them again like this, or are those ones that you moved to a different location to and laid them down to photograph them?
Yeah, they just moved them, a couple of feet, in that general area, just so I could photograph it better.
This exhibit 355 is what, sir?
It's a photograph with a scale. This is the swatch of the blue T-shirt cut from Officer Howard.
And what is that scale there representing, if anything?
It's just indicating the size of the portion of the shirt that was cut out.
Yes, sir. This exhibit 358 shows what, sir?
It's a photograph from the front passenger door of Officer Howard's vehicle into the front compartment. This is the metal ticket book. Right here you can actually see the defect where the bullet ricocheted off the ticket book.
.359 showing what?
It's another photograph from the passenger side of Officer Howard's vehicle through the passenger door, front passenger door.
And when you're taking this photo and the last photo or so, are those taken, appear to be in the evening after it's dark?
Yes, sir. It's still, the vehicles are still at the same location, still at the same. They have not moved at this time, but it is dark at this time.
Stop this a minute.
Yes, sir.
I was trying to help you sit again.
That's not what you hear.
That's all you hear.
Thank you. Thank you.
You hear now?
Ma'am.
Let me jump to Station Exhibit 375. What is that showing, sir?
That's a closer photograph taken from through the window of the front driver's side of Officer Howard's vehicle.
And from that, can you see what you referenced earlier as the blood on the seat and
Sure, there's blood on the seat, blood on the seatbelt, here in the center console as well.
Station Exhibit 380 showing what?
So keys from, and they're located on Officer Howard's front driver's seat.
Were those keys to that car, or were they extra keys that were in there to your car?
I believe they're the keys in the ignition.
.383, those photos that you were taking again of the Suburban that night?
Yes, sir. Located in place. The door is closed at this time.
.385 is
It's the red Suburban, still located in place at the scene.
let me show you if I can. State's Exhibit 386 through 410, if you would look at that stack of photos there.
As a matter of fact, we probably would just stop for the day. I assume you had several more.
Yes, John.
Let's turn the lights on. They don't know. If y'all want to go back to the jury room, we'll call transportation.